Welcome to the Here and Now podcast, brought to you by New York City Arts Empire, a podcast made by artists to discuss everything current through the lens of an artist's eye, with our lovely host, Elaine Mendez. Today on the Here and Now podcast, Elaine speaks with Chris Barreto, artist extraordinaire, about the changing landscape of art in the age of the NFT and how many artists are changing with the times. We now join Chris as she explains the evolution.
What I think is that the fact that people got more courageous to take pictures and to use filters and to do some editing. So people, they start seeing like colors, to put colors everywhere, because they actually they learn with some apps about some art influence, because the apps, they are very contemporary. They have filters, that they have splash and colors, you know, they are filters that represent, so they have some art influence movement in it. And I think then people start thinking, wow, I can put colors in my photograph. I can, you know, the background. This is an evolution, because even when you think about the before Instagram and stuff, that we already had cell phones, not everyone knew how to do art editing, pictures, and now avatars. And so now pretty much everyone can create something more colorful and more artistic, because you have a volume of information in a digital world that's not necessarily you need to take risk mixing, you know, yellow and red to make orange. You just like pick up the orange color. You don't need to be an expert. You understand? No. And I think colors has to do with that too. You need to know, and when you paint and you learn, pick up things. And I think that was, for me, in the way that I read this transition, it was of digital, the digital word, the cell phones.
That's right.
I don't agree, or what do you think about it?
Well, my take is that, you know, we as a society have taken baby steps in evolving in a lot of different ways, right? And I'm talking educationally, artistically, mentally, and spiritually.
Yeah.
So as you know, look how NFTs started, right? It didn't start as an NFT. It started as what you were saying, photographs, right?
Yeah.
And then we were introduced to this whole concept of pixels. I didn't know what a pixel was. I didn't know that you needed a certain number of pixels to make a good picture, right? As opposed to a bad picture. That things, you know, if something is pixelated, it's bad. It's too pixelated. You have to do this, you have to do that, you know. And then the form kept evolving and evolving. And so now naturally, the next step is to have created these NFTs. NFTs are something so unique and brand new, because we're still trying to understand this concept of, look, this is art. I can hold art in my hands. But
yeah,
NFT is virtual. It's a virtual piece of property, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then how do I value that? You know, and then you think back, well, you know, I've seen a lot of pieces of art that are real, they're physical, and why does that, how is it valued at $80,000? I think it's worth $10, right? Same thing with the NFT. The NFT, the value in the NFT is that it's irreplaceable. It's unique, it's irreplaceable. It can never be destroyed, right? It's out there. It's out there in the blockchain. You can't destroy it. You can't take a missile and destroy your art on the blockchain.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Concept of being indestructible and almost like a forever thing, you know, it's kind of an interesting concept as well, because if you have like an original art, it can be repeated, but an original, it's always more valuable than a print, in a sense, right? That's why if you buy a Picasso, a real Picasso, it's a price that it cannot compare. If someone even decide to paint something similar to a Picasso, but it's not a Picasso, or even a print or a G-click. So in a sense, the original art is also irreplaceable. Thing is that I think that's the NFT, it created like a concept of living or experimenting something in a digital world, and wholly transforming the concept that digital can be reproduced. And then the blockchain created like a new form of create art. And that's what I think that is very subversive about NFT, because it's like, oh, how's it possible? It's digital, it's a JPEG. Yes, but a series of numbers, you know, validate that these numbers cannot be repeated because it's.
But you know what? I equate it to a film. You know, producers, they produce a film. You're not holding the experiences right in your hand.
Yeah.
You're watching it and you're mentally absorbing it. And people pay money for that. People pay money to watch performance art. You can't take the performance art home with you, but you paid for that experience, right?
Yes.
It's a very subversive, it's very it's just out there. It's something with this NFT, it's so new. It's so new. We can use it in so many ways now. It's a whole.
I think that's very new, like for formal artists, like, you know, like me and you, we used to mix colors and paint, and I already had experienced some digital arts, like, you know, when I got the first time that I got an iPad, it was when the iPads were launched like a few years ago. I was in shock. Like I got so excited that I didn't know anything about how to use the iPad, but I figured it out, different apps, and I started mixing, you know, information of one app to the other and creating digital art like from scratch. And by that time I was just doing it, and I was like, wow, this is so amazing. I can do art in this iPad. But for me, it was like, I'm doing art because what I was creating, it was unique, right?
It was.
So it was an FT at that time, but actually it is right now because I did. But not necessarily needs to be done digitally to become an NFT, right? You can.
No, as a matter of fact, I was reading up about this the other day, and someone posed a question on Google: can a real painting or a real piece of art be an NFT? And it was a resounding yes. Yes, it can. Because then what you're going to do is digitize it. You take your painting, you're going to digitize it, and then you're going to mine it as an NFT. And I did that. I did that with several pieces of mine. So, and then there's that whole whole question, well, here's the physical piece, and now you have the token, right,
Mhm.
of the art. Which is more valuable?
Okay,
Which is more valuable?
that's a
You
good
know,
point.
and then, well, can it be duplicated? It, and in the NFT world, yes, a person can purchase your art and resell it. Did you know that?
Yeah.
So an artist has to be very careful. When I set the values on my NFTs, you know, I put the percentage I would want if those get resold, you know, and shared and resold, and so that you have that extra residual money coming in. Um, and then it's like you're giving, not only are you giving away the physical piece, right, but you're giving away the token, but you continue to make money off it. I'm still a little leery about it. I know that there are many steps to take to secure your art in the digital world. Yet there's a vault, you know, you're supposed to keep things in a vault, and there's a myriad of steps along the way to ensure that nobody steals it, as has been reported, you know. And 9 times out of 10, the reason those pieces got stolen was because these artists didn't know about the vault. Had that
Yeah.
been in the vault, that would have never happened, you know. But there's always the instance, you know, you could get any art can be stolen, and it has been for centuries.
Yes, but do you know the art cannot be stolen in the NFT for reselling it, right?
Right.
But you definitely take a picture of any image that
Yeah.
it's in the NFT um, website, and you can, you know, try to steal it if other people don't know about it. You know, so the don't know about it, but people that buy maybe don't know about it. The point is that this is such a new venue and the new approach that I think that a lot of things needs to be adjusted, and it's a risk that we're taking because it's so new.
Yeah,
And
I
and when
agree.
something always something's gonna fail, you know, because it's new.
Because
But
it's new. It's just like, you know what? Look at all the Gucci and Coach purses that get sold on the streets of New York.
good
They
point.
they look real, they look,
Exactly.
but they're knockoffs.
That's right.
And
That's a
yeah, I don't think
Mhm.
we're ever going to get rid of knockoffs, you know?
This is happen in all different kinds of art medias. Sometimes somebody steal a song,
That's
right?
right. A lot of times. Yeah.
Uh, so it's not the original, and people didn't know it because they didn't register it. So that's an ongoing thing with art. And until you have like a more policy towards what's happening in you, and you're never going to be able to avoid completely to have an art original idea to be stolen.
Chris is a beautiful, wonderful artist who uses her art to bring out ideas of peace, uses it as a tool for peace, actually. I have never seen art like this in such a way. She's Brazilian and is based in Brazil. But where is the best place we could reach you, Chris? Like if someone wants to see your art, and besides my galleries.
Yeah, so fortunately I have you in New York that carry a lot of my pieces, and that's good to be able to leave, to have left something with you there. But in Brazil, I have pieces over here too. You can get some of my pieces through my Instagram. I have like an online store there, and my Instagram is Chris Barreto Official, and also Chris Barreto Art Studio. I have two accounts. So I'm in Brazil now, and that's a good thing to be here in a time like that. I have family here. I'm able to stay with my mom and to go through this time. And I think that now it's time to really to find a way to be close to your families.
Yes.
Right? Because it's the best to be around people that you love and not be worried. And want to keep spreading the love and talking and to do like conference calls like that and video calls, and this is
wonderful.
help us feel, and to speak out about how we feel.
Mm-hmm. It's very important. Chris, what's your next project out there?
I have a very nice project now that's coming in a gallery that I'm part of over here in this place that calls Guarapari. They have like it's like a sacred it's a kind of event that they have in June that is related to Christ. It's actually, I think it's related to the sacred week. I don't know.
Oh, Holy Week.
Holy Week, yes.
Holy Week over here, yes.
And they have something like a very artistic that they do on the middle of the street with like a petal flowers, and they do mosaics, live mosaics.
Oh.
And this very beautiful. And gallery that I am being part of this group of arts here. We are creating like a unique piece for that. Each artist with their own interpretation of this sacred event. So I think that's going to be interesting to be part of it. I never did anything like that before.
That sounds so beautiful. Oh my gosh.
It's going to be such a very interesting time to do something that's related to love and I don't know, spirituality, and I think it's going to be a good time to do something like that. That's going to be my next project over here.
Excellent. And I hope you share it with us. I would love to see what you do,
Yes, definitely. I'm definitely going to share with you, and also to show and how it looked like with this. It's so interesting.
Amazing, amazing. Is that in early June by any chance, or mid-June, or?
Yeah, it's early June. And I don't really know exactly the day, but as soon that I know the details, I'm gonna let you know.
Excellent. All right, I'm looking forward to that. So thank you so much for this time, and I hope we can continue doing these talks and putting it together and sharing with the communities on YouTube and maybe Instagram and Vimeo what's going on. And I love having this perspective from Brazil, from you here with us at NYC Arts Empire. I appreciate you so much, Chris. And we'll just keep plugging away, right?
Yes, and I'm so thankful that and you mean a lot to me, and the way that we met and how we met, and it was
amazing.
Yeah, pretty amazing. I was already leaving New York City to go back to Brazil, and then I was trying to talk to you for a little while, and then when I was like almost ready to leave, and you just sent a message about the gallery event, and And it was so incredible that I was able to be part of that gallery event. And then I had the things with my pieces that I got to the gallery and say, I have all these pieces and I'm leaving it to Brazil and I don't know. And then you say, oh, well, I'm going to keep it. And then, I'm going to keep it because it will to keep your presence here, the vibe of your work, and it's like representing your energy here in New York. And that was really touched my heart, and to someone that could understand my heart like that and feel like, okay, you leave, but your pieces stay. It's like you're staying. That was really very special that you did that to me, and that you preserved my legacy and my memory in New York City, even that I'm not there anymore. And to be able to have this talk with you like that is just like a huge gift to me, and I'm so thankful. And I really wish that we continue that, and maybe even we can add more artists and we can
Yeah.
spread.
Yes, this has to grow, and it's been, you know what, it was my pleasure, honestly, to be able to help you with that, because I'm an artist too, and I know how I would feel if I had to leave all like my art behind and I wasn't able to transport it to my new life where I was going. And this is one thing that was my intention to establish NYC Arts Empire, and it's like an extended family, you know, so we all try to help and support each other in every means possible. Because after all, what is the purpose of art if not to like hold each other up, right? And put it out there for people to see and to appreciate. So and we're going to be having more shows, more pop-ups, and I hope to be able to show that art in this summer, you know, especially. So we have some special.
That might happen, right? The project that we're waiting for.
Yes.
Project that I think that we still cannot talk about it, but as soon as we know, we can.
Yes. Yes, yes, I did apply for that grant, and I'm waiting to hear, hopefully by the end of next week, as to whether I was given her space for it or not. It's all about immigrants and their art and their response to being in New York, and their art and how they you know feel about living here. And I think it's coming at such a good time. I really do. So fingers crossed that that happens, and we will catch up again. So
Right.
thank you so much. Thank you.
All my love to New York and to you and to all the artists and to the world that needs now to be embracing more love and communication. I'm very glad to be with you today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.